What's up, Redcoats? Welcome back to the Roarkshop. As you've probably already figured out from the title of this video, I got challenged to do the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. So I first got challenged by my friend Tim out in California, so this is for you, and I hope you're watching because you're making me do it. But instead of being boring and just doing the Ice Bucket Challenge, I'm going to do the Ice Bucket Challenge, and then I'm going to talk about the Ice Bucket Challenge. But I guess first, it's just time to get wet. Wait, that sounded better in my head. Let me do it again. No, wait, don't run the intro, let me do it again.
Red's Roarkshop.
Alright, so, my friend Tim lives in California where there is a really bad drought, so he did it over grass, so I'm going to do the same thing since Nevada's not a whole lot better. I'm also not going to use this entire bag of ice because I don't want to knock myself unconscious. Alright, ALSA, I hope you appreciate this, because I really don't like being cold. Okay, stay calm. This obviously calls for some movie magic. So that was hard to do without cursing. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge because you didn't ask for my opinion, so I'm going to give it to you, obviously. So I'm going to answer some of the questions I've seen about the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, and I'm going to do so by using this douchey hat. What even is ALS? ALS stands for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or more commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease. It's a progressive neogenerative disease, which means it affects the nerve cells of the brain and spinal cord and leads to paralysis and death. That sounds sufficiently sucky. What does it have to do with dumping a bucket of ice on your head? The ice bucket itself doesn't really have anything to do with ALS. The challenge was made popular by some golfer named Chris Kennedy, who I don't even know. Basically, the way it works is you get challenged by someone else to either donate $100 to the ALSA, or you can donate whatever you want and publicly dump a bucket of ice water on your head. Well, that sounds pointless and stupid. Your pointless and stupid version of me with a hat. How can you possibly call it pointless when donations for ALS have gone up this year from $1.7 million to $13.3 million? Jiminy Christmas! That's a lot of money. That's hardly a challenge. It doesn't really take any skill. True, but it also doesn't take any skill to get your head shaved for St. Baldrick's Day to help children with cancer, and I don't hear anybody griping about that. It's not about a challenge or a sacrifice. It's about donating to a cause, and if you can't donate, it's finding a way to spread the word. I think it's important to remember that sometimes spreading the word about a cause is just as important as donating to the cause. Don't you live in Las Vegas? Isn't there a drought? Yes, we are actually in the middle of one of the worst droughts ever. But I'll have you know that I'm very water smart, and I brush my teeth in the shower, and I also wear the same pair of underwear all week. The amount of water being wasted by the Ice Bucket Challenge is literally minuscule compared to all the water being wasted when you wash your dishes in your bathtub made of gold or whatever. I feel like if you're using the water being used in the Ice Bucket Challenge as an excuse to argue about the drought, you're kind of doing it wrong. Most of the Ice Bucket Challenges I've seen haven't even talked about ALS. Even if people are doing the Ice Bucket Challenge with no idea what it's even for, what does it even matter? Somewhere, somebody's gonna Google, why is my idiot friend pouring ice water on his head, and they're gonna find out about Lou Gehrig's disease. Even if one person out there who didn't know about Lou Gehrig's disease learns about it because of this challenge, I call it worth it. I think it's important to note, though, that millions of people are doing this challenge, so it's very likely that millions of people are learning about it. I donate to charity all the time, but ALS isn't my cause. And you know what? That's okay. Lou Gehrig's disease isn't my cause either. I typically donate to charities that either help animals or people in third world countries. Isn't it really at its core about helping people? How can that be bad? And on top of all of that, I still got to see some of my favorite celebrities dump cold water on their heads, and one of them almost completely naked. For those of you who don't know, this right here is Ozark Chow. He's the one with these massive guns. He's best known for his role as Kevin Tran on Supernatural, but I've met him twice now, and I can guarantee you that he's one of the most genuinely kind and amazing people in the world. So if you don't follow him on Twitter, you really should. Alright guys, that's it for me. I hope you've all had a wonderful week, and I hope you find a cause and fight for it. Cue the outro. Cue the outro. Now is when you're supposed to keep. Best known for his role in Supernatural is Kevin Tran, but Zoe.